but I would want to react to your own opinion of saying that Raila is doomed. Doomed in which way?
Walikuwa wanasema kwamba Uhuru is the one who is supporting Raila. Yeye anampatia energy.
If you look at Raila since 97, when he first ran for presidency, Raila has been in politics without Uhuru Kenyatta. Perhaps I may ask, who supported Raila after losing in 1997? Who supported Raila after trying his bid in 2007, 2013, 2017? Not Uhuru Kenyatta. So I want people to know that Raila Odinga do not depend whatsoever in any way on Uhuru Kenyatta. Though I would really want to confirm if it is true Uhuru Kenyatta has left Azimio, but one thing that I would want to make categorical is that we wanted Uhuru Kenyatta on 9th of August 2022, and we are several months, or rather a few months past that date. So at the moment we don't need Uhuru Kenyatta. We just need the people of Kenya for that solidarity to ensure that we put this government to speed to do actually what is right for the people of Kenya, but not Uhuru Kenyatta. Or rather, we need Uhuru Kenyatta as a Kenyan, not as the president emeritus. That is my point about, or rather my idea about Uhuru Kenyatta leaving Azimio.
I'm just taking you back kidogo. Wakati wa elections tunaona kwamba Uhuru amejiuzulu kutoka kwenye Ruto na akajoin Raila. Ndipo watu walikuwa wanasema kwamba wananchi wengi walikuwa wanasema kwamba Raila kuja kuungana na Uhuru ni Uhuru amsupport awe president.
Yes.
Lakini vitu sasa zikakuja zikatana.
Now it's true in politics. Those who have been in politics will tell you that the support of the sitting president is of much essence if you are a candidate. And that is why I said we wanted Uhuru Kenyatta on 9th of August. And we didn't want Uhuru Kenyatta to maybe manipulate votes. We just wanted him to be sure that the government is not going to meddle into the election that we were to have on 9th of August. Like we've seen it before, the sitting president trying to manipulate the results. So we wanted, that is for a fact, we wanted him, but not now. Because then he was an asset to Azimio la Umoja. But still, I would say that because in Azimio we really want numbers to ensure that this government delivers, we want him as a member of Azimio la Umoja, not as a leader in Azimio la Umoja. Yes.
All right. And just moving ahead today, kuna watu pale kwenye mitandao walikuwa wanacomplain sana about our elected president Ruto. Ambapo wakati alikuwa anaulizia kiti, alikuwa anasema hustler movement, hustler nation.
Yes.
Lakini sasa hivi ukiangalia yale mambo ambayo anayatamka, si mambo ambayo alikuwa anaongea pale nyumba wakati alikuwa anasema mambo na anataka tumpatie kura. Sasa hivi alikuwa anasema kwamba for one, kuchukua mkopo, kuchukua loan. Utachukua loan yako ni sawa.
Yes.
Lakini utapatiwa some days for you to pay. Tuseme kwamba nimechukua $1 million, naweza patiwa 2 years to pay. But nisipolipa according to that 2 years, nitatoa 10 million as a fine, alafu nitaenda gerezani for 5 good years. Na hiyo bado ina apply to hustlers. It doesn't apply to rich people ama to anyone. Yani ina apply to kwa kila mtu.
Yes.
What is your take on that?
Now my take on that, first of all, when you talk of a loan has to be paid. So the president was very right when he stipulated the action that will be taken to those who do not pay loans.
Lakini umesikiza vizuri the maoni ambayo alikuwa amesema kwamba 10 million na 5 good years. Is that really okay?
Actually, it's not 10 million na 5 good years. It is either you pay a fine of 10 million or you are jailed for 5 years. But having said that doesn't mean that I'm into Ruto. When you talk of hustlers, from where I sit, Ruto actually was genuine with the Kenyans, that he is going to work with the hustlers. If you look at his cabinet, we have hustlers there. Because I know the meaning of a hustler is someone who is able to obtain something through even fraudulent means. And in that cabinet from A to Z, there are people who obtain. They are obtainers. They are hustlers. The only problem is that Kenyans rushed into getting William Ruto when he talked of hustlers and thought that he was talking of the poor. He never meant the poor. And since his office term began, that is after swearing in, if you are very keen, not even one poor individual who is a Kenyan has gotten anything from the President William Ruto. And even in his agendas as a government, they are not pro the poor. They are there to increase life to, or rather the difficulty of life to the poor. When someone talks of we are not going to subsidize consumption, he is forgetting that as much as you want to subsidize production, there are people here at stake. People going to bed without food. And actually when I talk of going to bed without food, I mean 3 meals a day. Someone is going to bed without eating even a meal. And your president, someone who should be doing something to help you, is there telling you that they are not going to subsidize consumption. He is the same guy who said the moment I put the Bible down, the price of flour will also come down. The price of fuel is going to come down. And after that Bible went down, we saw the prices skyrocketing, going up, to ensure that they're in the business of getting back the finances they used in their campaigns. And it's not going to end anytime soon. I want to promise Kenyans to be ready for this. They are going to be in this hardship until 2025, 2026. So that this very government now will come back to do things to convince them for their votes in 2027. And I think Kenyans have learned through the hard way. And they are not going to take that vote, that job into the ballots 2027. And they are going to do the right thing. As I conclude the issue of William Samoei Ruto, he has never meant well to any poor individual in Kenya. Go to his history in politics. He has never meant anything good to common management. And he built Kenyans by making them believe that he meant hustlers, or rather he said the hustlers to mean the poor. Musalia Mudavadi, those are the hustlers. Moses Wetangula, those are the hustlers. Because if you interrogate their sources of wealth, they are not clear. And that is obtaining. And that is the meaning of hustler.
Hustler, I didn't know, because myself, I just knew it is the poor. And talking about the unga, Raila alikuwa amesema kwamba anafungua manufacturing industry ya kwanza ku manufacture unga. Do you think it was a right decision for him to make? Lakini bado hajaamua kusema kwenye umati. Iko tu kwenye mitandao. Ishafunguliwa.
Now hii ya unga yenye unaongelea, it is a county government initiative, the Homa Bay County government, which is a good move. It is not for Raila. But in the manifestos that Raila had, he was looking at a way of solving the problems that we have in Kenya. And the main agenda was industrialization. Because you realize that when we talk of industrialization and you bring it to perspective, you are going to solve the major problem we have in Kenya, that is unemployment. Because these industries are going to need labor. And labor is going to come from these unemployed individuals. Apart from employment, you realize that industrialization would also want raw materials. These raw materials, we were going to make them in our farms, or rather to grow them in the farms. And that was going to give farmers that opportunity for their markets. At the same time, it was going to give a finished product. And these finished products would otherwise mean food to the common mwananchi. So anyone who could see sense before 9th of August voted Raila Odinga because he had a manifesto that could help. At the same time, he was coming from a point whereby he realized that as we need to do industrialization, there are people who are perishing from hunger. He talked of 6,000, as much as people thought it was a joke, but it was there to resuscitate the economy. Because number one, 6,000 giving 2 million households, 6,000, that is a lot of money being pumped into the economy, circulation of money. At the same time, these individuals who are going through down the trail of the hunger were going to get help from it. So as the government is talking of industrialization, there is something taking place to ensure that people are not going to bed with empty stomach. Yes.
All right, and now winding up, do you think Kenya we are just safe? And do you think